Okay, imagine this. You walk into class, you sit down, and you're listening to your teacher read straight from a textbook with no explanation, no discussion, and no real engagement, which this sounds pretty boring. This kind of teaching doesn't actually help students learn. So many uncertified teachers, which are teachers who have not gone through proper teaching training, often rely on these methods like reading through textbooks, reading off straight off slides. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about the harmful teaching practices of uncertified teachers and how Gange's theory of instruction shows us what good teaching should look like. So to start off with deficient teaching, the biggest problem with uncertified teachers is that they lack proper training. Teaching isn't just about knowing a subject, it's about knowing how to teach it in a way that helps students and it helps them apply the information. Unfortunately, uncertified teachers often fall into bad habits like reading from the textbook again, that make learning for students harder. They overly rely on the lecture-based teaching and which is like just standing at the front of the room and telling students information. This might seem like teaching, but it doesn't really help students engage in the material. Students need more than just words. They need examples, discussions, and activities, hands-on learning that truly help them understand. Uncertified teachers also might struggle with classroom management. A teacher without training might not know how to keep students engaged, handle disruptions, or adapt their assignments to students who aren't understanding the material. This can lead to messy classrooms where little learning happens. And finally, they fail to develop critical thinking in students. Good teachers challenge students to think for themselves, ask them questions, and make connections. But an uncertified teacher might just give the facts and expect students to memorize all of them without creating a deeper understanding. Moving on to Gange's theory and what good teaching looks like. So just telling students information isn't enough, as I said before. What is the right way to teach? Gange's events of instruction help us learn what good teaching is. It explains how teachers should structure their lessons to help students actually learn and remember information. So I'm going to compare what happens in poorly taught lessons versus well-taught ones using Gange's model. So gaining attention. A trained teacher might start class with an interesting question or real-world information, while an uncertified teacher might just start reading from a book. A good teacher tells students why they're learning something and how it connects to what they already know, while an untrained teacher, an uncertified teacher, might just jump into the lesson with no explanation. Stimulating recall of prior knowledge. So good teachers review what they have learned before, while uncertified teachers just skip this step and go straight into the new information, expecting students to already know the information that was taught before. And then instead of just telling the students information like an uncertified teacher might, a certified teacher might use videos, discussions, and hands-on activities to make it more engaging. Gange's theory is designed to make learning more interactive, more engaging, and more effective than simply just standing in front of a class and talking. Why simply telling students information is not enough? So I'm gonna incorporate a situation into this. So imagine there are two teachers explaining a math problem. Teacher 1 just writes the problem on the board, reads the steps, and moves on, which is telling about it. Teacher 2 explains each step, asks student questions to make sure that they understand, gives them a chance to try it themselves, and provides feedback on that. That is actually teaching to me. When schools hire teachers who aren't fully trained, students will suffer. Learning is more than just memorizing facts. It's about understanding, answering questions, and applying knowledge, which is why Gange's theory of instruction shows us that good teaching requires structure, engagement, and interaction. So, what is the solution to this? Schools must prioritize hiring fully certified teachers who have been trained in how to teach effectively, because at the end of the day, students deserve better than just a teacher telling them what to do. They deserve real teaching. Excuse me for my voice, I'm a little sick right now.